So I want you to sit now. I don't know. I can't remember if I did this today or not, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. Either or. But I want you to sit down and think about it. When Elijah went to King Ahab, I believe it was, King Ahab said, "Is this he who troubles Israel?" And Elijah said, "It's not me that troubles Israel. It's you." And if you take a lot of the prophet Jeremiah, they considered him a traitor for the other kingdom, for Babylon. They treated him like a traitor, like he was being unpatriotic. You know, that's how they treated Jesus, the early church, and the others in the Dark Ages. The apostles, they treated them as if they were the traitors. And what happened? The lie of Satan crept in and created like a paganization, as it did the old kings of the day and the early church, and that still happened today. Those principles have never went anywhere. The principles of God and the principles of Satan are always happening to build their one big picture. You're always watching a bunch of little pictures to be added to the one big total picture, the covenant and everything. Well, Satan's got his big picture too. And in the last days, the people of God who are actually, and it'll be many of them will be Americans who are the most patriotic, will be labeled unpatriotic. Out of everyone, take Peter. You think he was unpatriotic? He was so quick to pull that sword. How many Americas you think you had back in the day? Peter would have been, that's exactly who Peter was. Okay? Who would have been the most patriotic of all for the kingdom of God back then? God the Son. You know how they treated him? Crucified him. Unpatriotic. He was against the state. If he would have been like Barabbas, which is a counterfeit showing the character of Satan in between the character of God, they would have chosen him if he would have took the kingdom by force. But God chose to show you his principles of true life and true freedom. Every action leads to life or freedom or death or slavery. Out of all people, Jesus Christ was actually the most patriotic. And the very high priests that were supposed to bear the image of their God were the ones that murdered him. Do you think any of that's changed here in America or any other country? It hasn't. We're dealing with the same simple patterns over and over again. In the last days, the people of God who will be the most patriotic, protecting your rights and standing up for your freedoms, love your neighbor as yourself, love God with all your heart, are going to consider, they're going to be accused of being unpatriotic. It happened before, and it will happen again. Nothing has changed. This is not a war of flesh and blood, but of principalities, the principles of God versus the principles of Satan. God bless.